Hello, 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 hello. My name is Jenna. This is 1111 with Jenna. My name is... Oh, I am Jenna. I don't even know what I just said. I'm really tired, you guys. I'm a little... Hey, there's 3 of you here. Let me just roll this over this way. William D. Patty. Who? Patty Loman, Patty Loman, Patty Loman, Patty Loman, Patty Loman. Bill Winokur, we miss you. Thank you, Patty. We miss you so much. When are you going to be on the show? I feel like I, practically talk to you every day because I see everything that you do and I listen and I watch and yeah. But wow, it's been a long time. Hello, William D. Lindemann and 3 other people. Patty Loman, William D., and 3 other people are watching you. So, I haven't resolved the Zoom crisis yet. But if somebody did want to come on, I can email you the link and the password and all that stuff. Or we can just do a short show because it's Sunday night. Is that Rob Morocco? Rob, I'm still waiting for you to come on to do, Brush with Fame. And then let me just do this really quick and maybe I won't be green anymore. Hey! How technical am I? I figured that out one day when I moved my hand and it changed. Hello, Claudia. Nice, on the tractor. Lisa said tonight, she goes, tell Claudia I need that tractor and I need it now. So, we're heading out. We're going up to NorCal in January. That's right. I will be there. Hello, Michael Keel. Thank you very much. If I have not... Michael Keel, thank you very much. Helped get the pledge, the SEV pledge. And thank you very much for the SEV pledge. Honored in the first place. That was very super groovy cool. Anybody? If you want to jump on this way, I have this set up and you can do that. But I'm also open to just kind of not being on for very long. Because I'm really trying to figure out the Zoom. I'm in a personal meeting right now and I could. Julie, you haven't noticed there have been a couple of changes. And I'm thinking when I get back. Hello, Eric. Hi. Hey, Eric Landry's here, everybody. When are you going to be a guest on the show? I mean, if that's a way to see you, I would love for you to be a guest on the show. I do have some gigs coming up in Berkeley and in Pleasanton and Marin and where else am I playing? Pleasanton, Berkeley, Tiburon, Lake County, Healdsburg. Hello, Mama Grace. With Mama Grace and I did some cool tonight. As a child, like 3. Oh, I know, Julie, but it's way. Hey, thank you, Elliot. Elliot for the win. Belmont. Playing in Belmont on Thursday, November 3rd. No, 4th. Wednesday, November 3rd, I fly. Thursday, November 4th, I sing. Friday night, I listen to Lisa Fisher. Friday night, Lisa Fisher. Saturday, Tiburon. Sunday, Berkeley, the back room. Then Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Yes, Julie Luce. Woohoo! Oh no, I didn't mean to make you laugh. We all need a laugh, don't we? I gotta work the... true. I do enjoy the laugh track. It's fun. So, as a child, as my father was a child, Eden Springs and House of David had ice cream, and they had all these. I remember driving the little car, and they had different rides, and then a train. And actually, in the 30s, Walt Disney, I leave Wednesday the 2nd. Thank you, Mama. My gig is on the 3rd. Whew. Right. Eden Springs and House of David. The House of David had a baseball team, and it was this whole community of vegetarians that weren't all vegetarians. And, oh, that could have been. Oh, yeah, and that trending. Did anyone... What? There was a siren? There was an explosion tonight? Hold the wire. This could be a news break. Did anyone hear or see what caused the explosion and fire in the Ravine View Estates last night? Oh, that was last night. My daughter just said the dad of whoever has the trailer blew it up with propane tanks on purpose, but that is just speculation. Dad was caught throwing propane tanks out a back door. This is how gossip starts. Nextdoor. You read something on Nextdoor and the next minute. So as a young child, like 3, 4, 5, we would go to House of David. We'd ride on the train. I leave November 2nd. Has the owl been up there by the sunflower? Where's the owl? Oh, right there? Yeah, Phyllis gave me that. Phyllis. Was this morning's show so cool with Phyllis and her family? So awesomely cool. I loved it. Thank you, Phyllis. She called me at about 10:50 and said, hey, some family members coming over today and they have a band. Do you mind if they come and play on the show? And I said, when? And they go, today. She said, today. Heck yeah, let's do it. Hello, Murray. Murray, come be on the show. Come be a guest on the show. I do it every day at 11:11 a.m. and 11:11 p.m. Every day. 11:11 a.m. and p.m. Eastern time. So, I was telling you a story. Oh, so we would go on the train and then we'd get ice cream. But Walt Disney was inspired, yes, to create Disneyland based on his visit to House of David. And tonight they had a Halloween spooktacular, super awesome. The train was running. Grace and I were going to CVS. Okay. Oh, yeah, today was great. We were going to CVS because we do that on Sundays sometimes, and we were going to go look at the sunset, but it was raining, so it was going to rain. It didn't rain. And then, hey, really? Check it out. Go, Patty. Go, Patty. Go, Patty. I would love for everyone to like, love, care, laugh, or wow this show right now. Right at the bottom, like, love, care, laugh, or wow. And if you feel like sharing the show, share the show. Tonight is storytelling night, but I don't see anyone jumping at the bit to start telling a story. So I'll finish this story. So yes, Walt Disney was inspired to create Disneyland because of this. And then we would go there, and then it went away. And then I think like in the last 30 years, they started the steam train again. And tonight was epic. by the Riverview Railroad Fair. But he was there in the 30s and maybe in the 20s, 1920s or 30s. Walt Disney first came to House of David. Have you ever been to House of David or Eden Springs, William? Hey, Ricky D, what up? Ricky D, Ricky D, Ricky D, Ricky D. How many are here right now? Oh, there are a lot of people up on a Sunday night. So then tonight we got on the train and they let you go around twice. It's $4, totally worth it. And they had some scary stuff. There are all these pirates and skulls and it was really in a tunnel. And then we got off the train and we sat there for a minute and I had some hot cider and Grace had a donut, and then they had some fun mirrors, the mirrors that are super flattering and definitely imprint a certain. It's pouring right now. Wow. It's so loud. It's louder than the crickets. And then the woman said, you can drive to this back area. There's a big bonfire. There were people everywhere partying. Do you want to hear how much it's raining right now? Thank goodness. Oh, what's that? Is that a t-shirt? Can you hear that? Wait, stop moving, Jenna. Can you hear that? Did I bring everything in? Windows are up. Pillows are off the chairs. Yep, we are. Into House of David, incredible place. Yeah. You've been to the House of Horrors. Pouring rain right now. Absolutely. Is it raining where you are, William D? I would love for you to tell a story. Oh, that would be so cool. Okay. Hold on. Let me see how I would send it to you, because my Zoom got all wackadoodle. Totally wackadoodle. And I was unable to. Totally wackadoodled. So now I'm on a different. I'm not on my regular. I just sent it to BPM 100. If you scroll down, you'll see it. So I just sent it to you. Let me know, and if you don't get that, I will do this. I will meeting, I'm gonna, it's so, I'll do this. I am so cool. I'm gonna send it to you in a text in case. And now I'm just texting it to you now. So I don't have my reoccurring meeting has dissolved. And so now I'm in a personal meeting right now, or a personal room here on Yield Zoom. And I have a different meeting ID. Thank goodness it didn't happen. It didn't happen, during the fundraiser. Wasn't that fun? Still thinking about some of the fun stuff. I mean, Joey D doing the splits. Joey D impersonating me. Who'd have thunk? I knew he had. I just didn't do it in quite a while. Hold on to your love. You got to hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Hey, Tim Spitali, we missed you. We missed you at the party. We're gonna have a party. But I understand you're a busy, busy, busy man. Busy. As busy. I didn't hear about the big explosion. Did you hear about the big explosion, Tim? There was a big explosion out over there. It's pouring. It really is. Oh, I'm so happy you're all here. So tonight is storytelling night, and I think Ricky is about to come on and tell a story. It's Brush with Fame, somebody that you've maybe, your mentors, or, you ran into Timothy Hutton or Pee Wee Herman. I met Paul one day. I have a lot of different, mostly musicians, not too many actors, and not Cher. Still waiting. Claudia, you guys, has been holding out on us. She has a Cher story. Did you know that? Claudia has a Cher story. It's true. Hey, my name is Jenna. This is 11:11 with Jenna. I'm here 7 days, 7 nights, 14 times a week. And if you would like to know how you can support the show, you can like the show, love the show, share the show, care the show, all those buttons at the bottom. Super cool. That's one way. And there's a really nice way of saying thank you. It's all about sharing the show and liking the show. And if you feel like a generous donation, that's something you can do also right here. And I'm going to just post that. So boom, it's Zoom. So you can go to my PayPal account, my Zelle account, my Venmo account, and I have Patreon. But just liking it right here at the bottom, like, love, care, wow, laughter, is cool. Sharing the show is super cool. Being a guest on the show is super cool. I sent it to you, Ricky, in two different ways. I sent it. It's Zoom. And if anyone can help me figure out how to get my reoccurring meeting back, that would be so awesome, because I've had the same one for 2 years and now it's just poof, gone, poof. And I know it works because what I'm doing tonight, what I sent to you, does work because I did send it to somebody else just now, but I clipped it to my clipboard. Hey, April. Come on, Ricky, you can do it. Lisa F. Mammina in the house. Oh, that was the short. So I think Ricky's coming on, and I'm hoping that you were able to use that. I need meeting ID. It's in there. I sent it both, didn't I? I don't like doing this, you guys. Meeting ID is at the, if it's right there. Meeting ID and passcode are both right there. You see? Oh, shoot. Yeah, see, this isn't so much fun for me right now. If you go to your, I also emailed it to you. So it's all in there as well. I just sent it to you, to your, I know I did. We're losing them. Go to your, if you go to your email, you'll see it there as well. So let me think of somebody that the other thing you can do is you can FaceTime me, and I can turn you right here. You can be right here. I sent that. If you go to your email, and you'll see it. We're losing them. There's 14. I'm trying to think of someone. Oh, we met Rosie O'Donnell once. Oh, very nice. Did I say that out loud? So lovely to see her. We were so excited. We were in. Why was she there, Lisa? Why were we where Rosie O'Donnell was? Can't remember the story. We were at a Bose show. And thank you for sharing. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for sharing. We were at a Bose show and we went in this line and there were other people there and we're like, oh, let's go say hi to Rosie O'Donnell. So we did. And let's see. I talked to Frank Zappa on the phone once. That was cool. I just have to. I'm in Zoom, but it's there. The meeting ID is in. There's a Zoom ID and there's a password. Meeting ID is right there in the email in the text that I sent you all. I'll copy it and I will paste it. Pasting. It's all right there. And then if you go to your email, Ricky, it's the whole thing is there. Every phone number, dial by location, it's all there. Or you can FaceTime and be right here with me right now. In fact, that's what I'll do with you. So hopefully you'll answer. That way we can get this party started. Because if we don't, I'm just going to call you and FaceTime with you. Oh, there's my door.
Hey.
Hi.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm okay.
What's going on?
So I didn't know it was Brush with Fame, but I had, because you were mentioning story night, I was going to tell you a little story.
Oh, you can tell the story.
Okay. So, when I first moved to the San Francisco Bay Area, I had only been in California for a year. I'd spent a year in Los Angeles, and it was quite a shock coming from the East Coast that, the delineation of the seasons were not the same. And, I would kind of struggle. In fact, my first year in Southern California, it was very confusing, and I decided they only had 2 seasons, summer and not so much summer. And now I move up to the Bay Area, and I go for a joyride one day, and I'm driving down the coast, and I realized that, there was a nice light in the sky, and as I'm winding down and I'm sort of seeing this thing, I get this sensation there's sort of like mountain meets farm meets ocean. And I said, wow, that's really kind of cool. And the light was a little different. I'm like, okay, there's kind of an autumn vibe here after all. I'm enjoying the spectacular ocean. And eventually, all of a sudden, I start to see like a sea of orange. And as I get farther down the coast, I realize there's all these pumpkin patches. And I'm like, wow, I haven't seen a pumpkin patch since I was a little kid. And it was just strange to me that I'm in a mindset of like driving down the Pacific coast, but I'm suddenly seeing pumpkin farms. So this began a seasonal ritual that I came to call Quest for the Perfect Pumpkin. And the idea of the Quest for the Perfect Pumpkin kind of goes back to when you're a little kid, and you're going to get your pumpkin for Halloween, and you're sort of walking around all the pumpkins, and it's sort of like, what is your criteria? How is it that you decide what is the one you're going to actually choose? And so we all have our own sort of definition of what is the perfect pumpkin. And the funny thing about it is that it's something you strive for, but you can only get close. It's never completely attainable. So on this first journey, as I continued on, I stopped at a place called Pumpkin Depot. And it was really cute. They had the little tiny red wagons and the little tinier red wagons. So they had like the 4-year-old kind and the 9-year-old kind. And they had a little petting zoo area and an old truck, and it was decorated. It was really, really just very sweet and a really nice vibe. And so that was sort of the first one I discovered. Then a little farther down was a place called Bob's, Pick 'em Where They Grow. And that was an actual pumpkin patch that you could just walk around. And it really blew my mind because as I'm walking through the field to the most distant portion, when you stop and you turn around, you're staring out at the Pacific Ocean. And I just wouldn't, my wildest dreams would not have associated pumpkins with the Pacific Ocean. So it was just a really nice thing. And so over the years, this happened by accident, really, the first time. And then it became an intentional thing, and it became an annual thing every year. And the only rule was that I had to do it before Halloween, the pumpkin holiday. Couldn't do it after Halloween. And over the years, I went solo. I brought friends. I brought new love interests or whatever. One year, my friend from Paris was visiting, and I borrowed my friend's 1965 Mustang convertible, and we did the pumpkin journey that way. And usually I would just load up tons of pumpkins, and then I would come back. I would just be giving pumpkins out to everybody that I could think of, or setting up my own little crazy pumpkin displays and stuff. And so some years I would continue to drive down to Pescadero, and there was another place called Phipps Ranch, and they had a lot of pumpkins and gourds and corn and all the kind of stuff that you think of at this time of the year. But they also had a kind of like a barnyard. So there was one horse, one donkey, one pig, and they had exotic birds from all over the world, and peacocks and swans and stuff. And so
I think I lost you. I think I lost
you lost me?
Hold on a second. I don't know what happened to my show. Am I still there? Okay, I'm still there. All right. We're all still here, right? Okay. Okay. I'm sorry.
No problem.
So you'd load up with pumpkins.
Yes, I don't know I don't know what got cut off or what made it through.
Nothing. It made it all. I got cut off.
Oh.
Now that Zoom screwed me up, I'm like. Anyway, we're here.
Okay. Do you need me to start from the beginning?
No.
Oh. So I don't know where I was at it, but anyway, it just became this really cool ritual, and then it expanded over the years, and eventually, sometimes I would go all the way to Santa Cruz, and then that would sort of be the end of the journey, and I have friends that own a hot tub place down there called the Well Within, and so sometimes we'd do that and then get dinner, and it became my little commune with the autumn season. Was my way to sort of signify there was autumn, and then kind of just get into the whole pumpkin thing. So more recently, my friend Sarah, who lives here in town, has a 7-year-old and 5-year-old daughters that I'm close to, and so I joined them a few weeks back, and as we were driving to a pumpkin place, I asked them what was their idea of a perfect pumpkin, and without hesitation, there was 2 7-year-olds and a 5-year-old, and they all had their own idea. They were talking about the stem, they were talking about the color, they were talking about the shape, and I realized, just as I remembered when I was a kid, that we all have a kind of an idea of what we consider the perfect pumpkin. So that's the thing. And then of course the whole idea is sort of on a more philosophical level is, you can only attain it, but you never actually get the perfect pumpkin. It's just an aspiration.
So did you go this year?
I did. It worked in reverse direction. I actually had to do something down near Santa Cruz, and so I came from the other way, and I came back up. I just did it last week, actually, and so yeah.
So what color pumpkin do you have? Do you stick with an orange pumpkin?
Over the years, I've gotten every kind. I would say that you know how sometimes they're taller, and people like the more taller ones because they're easier to carve a face into.
Mm-hmm.
But then sometimes there's the ones that are more round. Sometimes they have a gradient where it's orange, but there's just a little hint of yellow in it. Then you have all these other exotic ones that are other colors, or two-tone green and orange, or white, or some strange other alternate shade of orange, and so yeah. And then when I lived on Telegraph Hill, up in the way up near Julia's Castle restaurant, there's the Filbert
Julia's
Steps.
Castle. Remember that, Lisa? The by the steps, right? On the steps.
I lived between the Filbert Steps and the Greenwich Steps,
okay.
Up near Julia's Castle in Upper Montgomery for 12 years. And I had this other rule, which was that after Thanksgiving was over, pumpkin had to go away because it was the next holiday thing. And so I used to take all my pumpkins down to the filbert steps, and I would leave them out all randomly around the trees, and just like in the dead of night, nobody would see me. And I had a friend who lived off that path there, and one year we were just walking, and I played dumb, and I said, "Hey man, do you ever see that thing where like the pumpkins just show up?" And he stopped in his tracks and he turned to me and he's like, "Yeah, man, I've seen that every year. What is that?" You know, and I said, "Yeah, I don't know. It's the craziest thing." And so that was me
That's cool.
dropping off the pumpkin. So
I love those
anyway,
steps.
on the eve of the eve, I figured I would give him a little Quest for the Pumpkin story.
Well, that's a really good story. Hold on a second.
All right, I'll let you go back to your show. Have a good.
Well, my
show.
sister said she likes to have had dinner the last New Year's Eve. So are they not open anymore?
What? Oh, Julius Castle. Yeah, it's gone. It closed for a long time. They tried to reopen, closed again, and then a local guy worked on it, and it still hasn't reopened. So I don't know if it's ever coming back. It looks almost identical to. I have a book of Telegraph Hill, and I have a picture of that location from like 1928. It barely looks any different. It's interesting.
We'll have to walk those steps sometime.
Yeah.
So I'll be out there this week. Wednesday, Thursday I'm playing in Belmont. Friday night I'm not. Saturday night I'm playing in Tiburon at a private party. Sunday night I'm playing at the the back room in Berkeley, and then the following week I'm playing in Pleasanton, Healdsburg, and Upper Lake.
Wow. You're in high demand.
Yeah. So, but I'll be in the East Bay at that place that I usually stay at.
Okay.
And maybe we can meet up somewhere.
Sure.
And you can be on the show if people can see who you are. You're such a great storyteller. I love your stories. I don't know what all these kids are talking about. Neighbors won't allow reopen was going to be a house. Neighbors won't allow it to be reopened. Julius Castle.
That's the latest. The last guy I knew that owned it was named Paul Scott, and he was a neighbor, and I thought he was trying to bring it back as a restaurant. I did a few text messages with him a couple years ago. Might have been during the beginning of pandemic. I'm not sure. So I don't know the latest.
I don't either. So when you get your pumpkin, do you carve it?
I have. I'm not that artistic and craftsy, so it's better if I have somebody with me that is better at that stuff. But I've done it a few times. I've done the year where I just got one pumpkin. Like that's what I did this year. I only got one. But there were years that I got like 25.
Oh my goodness!
You know,
how fun!
Well, usually I give them out. Like, you remember the tea house here in town? So that year I did that, I came back and I went into the tea house and I was giving pumpkins out all over the place. So
I'm still dreaming about that chocolate that you gave me.
Oh, the Curacao confection.
What was it called?
Yeah. Curacao confection. It's a handcrafted raw thing that's like otherworldly.
Otherworldly. What did you have for lunch today?
Me?
Yeah.
What did I have for lunch today? I didn't really have lunch today. I didn't have breakfast either. I just had a small dinner. I made some salad
and that's it? Some salad?
Yeah, well, I mean, if salad's more of a meal, it can get a little more substantial, but usually some type of mixed greens and butter lettuce type thing. I get these special sun-dried tomatoes from, there's a farmer's market at the Ferry Building in San Francisco, and I've been going there on and off for a million years, and I've become friends with many of the farmers over the years, and they've taught me stuff, and this one guy makes like a lot of dried fruit, and he has like 6 varieties of sun-dried tomatoes.
Wow.
And I'm addicted to them, and that's what when you can't get fresh tomatoes anymore, that's sort of like how I still have tomatoes. So I'm also, my signature is toasted pine nuts. Almost every salad I make, spinach salad, any kind of lettuce, there's almost always toasted pine nuts in it, and it's like the magic ingredient.
That sounds great.
Yeah, tonight I had red onion, red cabbage, broccoli, cucumbers. I think that was it.
Sounds like a good salad to me.
I'm all about the unfiltered, cold pressed virgin olive oil, of course.
And question as far as Halloween, do you get trick-or-treaters at your house?
I don't up here because I'm too far up the hill and too remote of a location. The place that I rented when I first moved here was down in the flats.
That was a cool house.
And the way they did that was, I noticed that most of the families, I think this is pretty common these days, maybe not so much in an urban setting, I don't really know, but they basically, the kids will go out, somebody will be their driver, or they'll even do it in 2 cars, and all the kids get in there. And if they see an area that has a lot of action, they see a lot of active houses, they'll stop, all the kids run out, hit all the houses in that zone, jump back in the cars, and they drive to the next zone where they see a lot of action. So
that's what they do in Berkeley, Oakland, and Rockridge, and then up in the Elmwood.
I think it's probably safer in the modern era to do it that way anyway.
Dump them off and then get in the car and go to the next.
Well, there's I mean, when we were kids, we just went out. We didn't even have adult supervision. It was just like I went out with my friends and we just walked around. And I remember one year Halloween fell on a Sunday, and I thought I could get more payload if I started at 1 o'clock. So I just went out really early and like banging on doors, and people were like, "It's too early. What are you doing here? Come back later."
Give me candy. I was reading about somebody's giving out potatoes.
Yeah. I was just passing that around to people.
Tell me about that.
I don't know. I guess there were some people that it was the kids had a choice. They could get the candy or they could get a potato.
And they took the potato.
Well, 25 kids took the potato, and then there was some group of kids that said "Oh yeah, you're the potato things. It's really rad, blah blah blah, whatever." So maybe
I'll give out potatoes. I have some potatoes.
Who knew?
I was planning on
one person on my social feed today who showed a picture of full-size candy bars. It said, "I'm doing it the old school way. I'm not doing these little miniatures. I got full size for everybody." I was like, wow, I haven't seen that since a decade I don't want to mention, but
there's a new bite-size candy, and they're about this big. Like there's a little tiny Snickers, and it's, I mean, if I eat a Snickers, I'm going to eat more than that bite. Don't even start with that.
Tell me your 3 favorite candies when you were 7.
When I was 7?
Yeah.
$100,000 bar.
Okay.
Clark bar. And probably just a good Hershey's milk chocolate bar.
Now, did you like any non-chocolate candies?
Sweet Tarts and Smarties.
I like those too.
Smarties. I love Smarties. Charleston Chew, someone just said, "I will confess, once in a while I get a hankering for Lipton chicken noodle soup in the box." What?
I remember those. Those were good.
Yeah, I like Smarties.
For some reason, I was that weird kid who liked the grandmother's little candy chewable slices. So I liked things like Chuckles. I like kind of chewy, gelatinous.
You mean like the Chuckles. Orange? Do you mean like the orange? Did you like the circus peanuts?
Yeah, peanuts are peanuts. Right?
No. They're circus peanuts. They were
Are they different?
They were marshmallow. They were orange marshmallows.
Oh, those.
Remember those?
Yeah. I forgot about those. And good old candy corn. Yeah.
The $100,000 bar. Yeah, that's what I loved. Nestle's $100,000 bar. Oh, you know what? Instead of and I never liked a Heath bar. I'll tell you what I didn't like, and then I'll ask you the 2 other questions. Those 2 questions. I didn't like Heath bars, and I still to this day want nothing to do with an Almond Joy or Mounds.
No, interesting.
Not. And what about you? Your 3 favorites?
Those wouldn't have been my favorites as a kid, but over the years, I did come to like almonds with chocolate, and I do like coconut, so I kind of grew into the Almond Joy. I would say when I was that age, 7, 8, 9, I really liked Chunky. I don't know if you had those.
Chunky, the thickera. The kid said, instead of saying thickerer, he said thickera.
Because the Chunky had the chocolate, the peanuts, and the raisins. So
Chunky was that little chunky, like it looked like a little, not an
yeah,
ice.
it came like in a little shiny silver square thing. It was a different shape. And
Right, Michael.
I don't know if you
Brother.
had these in Michigan, but we had Goodman's peanut chews.
Goodman's Peanut Chews.
Yeah, I think that's what they were called.
What were those remember buns?
I also was like a Tootsie Roll fan, by the way.
I had this whole thing with Tootsie Rolls. I had this machine. Lisa, do you remember my machine that I had? I was given this machine that you would put Tootsie Rolls into, different colored ones, and then you cranked it, and then it would come out with the pattern. It was like a little cookie cutter, but they were tiny.
Sounds like Play-Doh.
But it was with Tootsie Rolls.
Tootsie Rolls. Wow. Interesting.
Oh, William D. loved chunky bars, and Julie. Bye, Maury. Please come be on the show. He loves Almond Joys. So, okay, what didn't you like?
Let's see. What did I not like?
Bye, Maury.
I gotta think about that for a second.
Some of you have met Ricky on the show before back in the day, but he does have an incredible voice, doesn't he?
Well, thank you.
You do. Very soothing.
Yeah, I used to think that years ago. I thought I would be really good for doing like a radio show from 1 a.m. to 4 a.m.
Please.
For the people that are up in that special hour when everyone else is sleeping.
Just call me, because you could talk me to sleep, I think. There was the 7-Up bar. Oh, the 7-Up bar. Right. Hey, Rod. So, okay, what candy bars did you not care for?
Yeah, I'm trying to think of that.
Like, what did you eat last in your...
Well, you also go through phases, so like there's definitely periods of time where you're more into one thing or another. I mean, I liked those crazy things that get stuck in your teeth. So I was really into Juju fruits and Juju bees and a lot of non-chocolate stuff. And then if I was in a chocolate thing, listen, $100,000 bars were classic. Snickers were great. M&Ms, peanut M&Ms, all that stuff was good.
But what was the last thing to be in your, where you're like, well, I guess I'll eat it now. All right. I'll have that sugar. I love bit of honey.
I gotta think about it. I'm not really sure. It's funny because I know in my mind I always had preferences, but now that you're asking me, was there one that I actually was just avoiding, or that's the one you'll give to somebody else?
Did you like Good and Plenty? Good and Plenty.
Yeah, I love Good and Plenty. Yeah.
Good and Plenty. Good.
You remember those old commercials?
Yeah, I just said Good and Plenty. Good and Plenty. Good and Plenty.
Choo choo, Charlie was an engineer. Remember that?
Yeah. How did the rest of it go?
I don't remember.
Good and Plenty. Good and Plenty. I never cared for them. Still don't.
Oh wow. So.
And there was another Good and Plenty that was not licorice, but they were fruities.
Oh, Mike and Ike's.
Mike and Ike, Snickers and Pepsi together. Tim Spitali likes Snickers and Pepsi. Well, my grandfather's at the bar when I would have a grilled cheese, barbecued potato chips, and an orange crush, and then would have a Snickers afterwards.
Oh, that's like classic right there.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
Chico Sticks, Hershey bars, Turtles, Heath bars, and Red Hots. Good and Fruity. That's what it was. Not Mike and Ike's. Good and Fruities. There was Mike and Ike's, but there was Good and Fruities. Good and Fruity. Good and Fruity. Good and Fruity. Good and Fruity.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Good and Fruities. Those were good too.
Black licorice.
You brought up sweet tarts. I had a sweet tart phase.
Sweet tarts. Lisa and I could seriously get down on some.
I don't
sweet
eat
tarts.
any of this stuff, by the way, now.
But if something was there, would you try one?
I'm curious. I would love to see what the recipes were like in 40 years
Totally
ago.
different.
I wonder if they just used plain old sugar and regular ingredients back then, and like in the more modern eras when they started sticking all the weird
Corn
stuff
syrup
in there.
and crap.
I don't know. So
Marathon bars. Oh, a marathon bar. Marathon bar looked like braids and were really sticky. Marathon bar. And well, Rob sent me
were
a
you
bunch.
into Babe Ruth? Remember those? Baby Ruth.
Baby Ruth would be kind of sitting in the pumpkin, my little plastic pumpkin, can towards the end. Oh, then and
How
now.
about Milk Duds?
Love Milk Duds. Oh,
Yeah.
love milk.
And also Sugar Babies I like.
Sugar Babies. Oh, wow. Sugar Babies. I love sugar. How about a then and now? Were they then and now or now and then?
Okay, so then and now, there's something I would have given away. I wasn't really into that. Yeah, I remember the then and now, but that wasn't really my thing.
Then and weren't they like little squares?
Or wasn't there Now and Laters? Was that it?
Now and laters.
Yeah, Now and Laters.
Milk balls. Yes. I'll still, if there's a malt ball around.
Oh, I love malt balls. I still love malt balls. It's funny. I associate jelly beans and malt balls with Easter. I feel like those were the little Easter basket things that were going on.
Saltwater taffy and a Look bar. Do you remember a Look bar?
I do not remember a Look bar, but living near Atlantic City, I had a lot of saltwater taffy in my day. So.
But what was that one? Was it a Zero bar? It was a white, was it white? The Zero bar?
Not ringing a bell.
Does anyone remember? I still eat Whoppers. Oh, man.
Whoppers.
Used to always like Junior Mints. Couldn't get into the mint. Are you a mint guy?
I like Peppermint Patty.
Peppermint Patty. Those are called, what are they called? Zero bar. Yeah, someone remembers a Zero bar. Pom-poms. Better than Milk Duds. Zero bars were white. Pom-poms. I don't know what a pom-pom is. Look bars. Look bar was a foot long.
Wow.
Who'd have thunk you guys would all be just
Butterfingers.
Butterfingers. Yeah, I like a Butterfinger to this day. I'll but they do taste different. If I eat a Snickers bar now, I wouldn't eat the whole thing, but if I even eat a little bit of it, I get a headache.
Well, that brand that I turned you on to for the really fancy chocolate with the caramel, they make a sort of Snickery thing of their own that's like just next level. I mean,
and are they done?
No, they're around.
Oh, I thought they were done.
No, they're just really expensive.
Yeah, they're like $9 for like a little.
They stopped making the really giant ones because they were so expensive. So now they come in like little boxes with 2 each, but they're still like $12 or something. But.
And they stick to your teeth. The malt balls? Yeah, Jawbreakers. I like Jawbreakers. I had a Jawbreaker that was it was as big as a baseball.
Wow.
And it had different colors on it.
Did you like lollipops?
Yeah. The Dum Dum. And then, what was that one? I was into that one lollipop. Charms.
Oh, Charms.
I loved Charms.
Do you remember like the lollipops that had the stem wasn't straight? It was like 2 pieces, the 2 edges of the stem stuck in there, and it was kind of like, curved at the bottom.
Say that again.
And the lollipops would be really thick, and they had a more intense flavor, and they had a thicker texture. And
there was a Charms that was like, not the Charms Blow Pop, but remember they even had a competition with them. They were bigger.
Huh.
I think there was a Charms Blow Pop, and then there was a Charms, but it was about this big.
Now, when you were going to like the shoe store or the
Dum-Dums
doctor's office, were they giving out the little candies and something?
They'd have Dum-Dums.
Dum-Dums. It was very common where I grew up in Philadelphia that they would have like pretzel sticks. There'd be like a canister, and they'd give you a pretzel stick, or they'd give you a lollipop or something.
Do you guys remember? Did you ever have at certain restaurants had Charms, half sweet, half sour? Yeah. I washed them all down with Green River, a Chicago brand soft drink. Don't you know it? Tootsie Pops and Sweet Tart. Pop, yeah, Sweet Tarts. Heck yeah. What did you just say? I know what I was going to say. There were a couple of restaurants, and they used to have a treasure chest. And and then you could open at the end of your meal. You could go up to the treasure chest and pull something out.
Well, I knew we were in trouble when a penny bubblegum became a quarter.
I think I knew we were in trouble when a Hershey's bar was 10 cents and it became a quarter.
Yeah,
And we are showing our age. That's for sure.
Yes, I know. I mean, the whole phrase "dime someone out" is because like, a phone call costs a dime.
So where we grew up in St. Joseph, Michigan, there was the store is still there. It was called Murphy's. It was the dime store. And there was a woman that ran the candy counter. And it was in the middle of the store. And it seemed like it was 3 feet off the ground. And it was a big square in the middle of the store. And she was the candy counter lady. Scary. She was so scary. I wanted malt balls, but I was afraid to ask her. Tonight at the and then she became a fan, and through the years I got to see her. She worked there for 50 years.
Wow.
And tonight when we went to the train at Eden Springs, she was the person that helped us get on the train.
Oh,
Oh yeah, the wax sticks filled with the flavored liquids. Yeah, those were fun.
Yeah, when I do you remember Pixie Sticks?
Pixie Sticks. Yeah. Razzles. Does anybody remember Razzles?
Yes, Razzles. I loved Razzles. When I was 5, a girl that lived down the block from me named Lisa Fischetti, she convinced me to do a kind of like a lemonade stand, but with Pixie Sticks, where we broke them open and put them in water. And we're selling them in little Dixie cups or whatever, and I was all happy just hanging out and being an entrepreneur. And then she told me that I had to marry her, and so I ran home.
You're like, I'm out of here. Do you remember the extra large Pixie Sticks? They were like 3 feet long, like a yard, and they were in plastic. And do you remember Dippin' Sticks?
Don't remember Dippin' Sticks.
First it's candy, then it's gum. Oh, how fun! LOL. Pop Rocks. I like Pop Rocks.
Did you have like in Michigan? Did you have like the little ice cream trucks that would drive by in summer? And
yeah. And I was at a concert. I was at a festival this summer, and I went up to the ice cream truck. And you know how much the ice cream truck was? The ice cream at the ice cream truck was?
This is gonna scare me.
$12.
Oh my God.
When I said, "Oh, I'll take one of those," the guy goes, that was the same place where the gluten-free grilled cheese that I was deciding to let myself have was $19.
Oh my God.
Pixie Stick 3-footers, yeah. Yeah, Pop Rocks.
I feel like there needs to be a rule, like even at farmers markets, this kind of freaks me out now, and I'm like, no normal sized piece of fruit should ever cost more than 50 cents. Like, you just can't charge me $3 for an apple. It's just not right.
Well, that'll be $3. Oh, see, Julie got a mini dip and stick today. They still have the mini dip and stick. It was the stick I didn't care for. It was like a vanilla, weird kind of hard texture.
Now, did you have Good Humor? Was that a brand of
Good Humor ice cream?
Do you remember the orange creamsicle?
Yeah. Is that the push-up one?
It's the one where it's like orange on the outside and kind of vanilla on the inside.
Yeah. I never understood citrus and dairy. Abba Zaba. Do you remember Abba Zaba and Big Hunk?
Didn't have those in my part of the world.
The Abba Zaba, I remember that. But does anybody remember buns? Do you know what a bun? It was flat, and it was it's probably more like this big, but they were a big wrapper, and they had nuts and stuff in them. Lisa, remember Papa had buns were they called buns? I think.
So did you call soda pop?
We called soda pop. In the Midwest, we call it pop. Yeah. And when I moved to California, I got schooled.
And did they put mayo on burgers?
No.
Okay, because I remember the first time when I was 19, I'm taking Greyhound across the country, and I get some part of, I cross somewhere not too far from your zone, and all of a sudden mayo was showing up on the hamburger, and I was like shocked. And
no, there was a place here in town. My grandfather had a burger joint for 70 years, and he had grilled onions, he had mustard, ketchup, and pickles if you wanted them, nothing else.
Okay.
Cheese. But I worked at a place that They called it, they had a deluxe burger and it had mayonnaise and chopped olives on it. Green olives.
Huh?
Dreamsicles or creamsicles. Pearson buns is what they were called.
Huh.
Apparently they had 3 flavors. No mayo. Ooh. Dreamsicles, creamsicles. What's it? Oh, it's called a Pearson bun.
Hmm.
Milk. Love mellow cups.
Okay, so there's one I didn't like. You asked me for one I didn't like. That was one I was not a fan of. Yeah.
Did you like what's that other thing? The Little Debbie? I was never into the Little Debbie action.
Huh. Now, do you know what an Italian? Do you know what a Philadelphia Italian water ice is?
Philadelphia Italian water ice. Is that like a flavored icy kind of thing?
It is, but it's not like anything in any other city, like in New York or Chicago or whatever. It's not like a cup of ice with some like syrup on it.
Okay.
It comes in like a cone-shaped paper cup.
Mm-hmm.
There's a zillion flavors: cherry, blueberry, lemon, chocolate, whatever. And it's very smooth, and so you scoop it out, and it's a very smooth, soft texture. It's not sorbet because it's not that exotic, but it's not like the stuff that you see anywhere else. You know, Philadelphia has 2 things: they have the Italian water ice, and they have the soft pretzels that are not to really be found.
What
in
about
other
Philly
cities.
cheesesteaks?
Yeah. I mean, obviously, that has become such a brand that it's sort of, now that kind of thing. I mean, it's the authentic thing that, like out here in the Bay Area, there is the Philly cheesesteak shop on San Pablo and University. And the thing that makes it sort of authentic is that they actually, well, at least they used to import the Amoroso buns from South Philly, all the way up to California. So it's like, chopped up meat and some kind of bread thing could be called a Philly cheesesteak, but it's become such a sort of brand that like any kind of restaurant or any kind of fast food thing could just say they have it. But if you want the authentic thing that we grew up on, it has to be a certain kind of bun. The meat has to be chopped a certain way. It's a certain specific flavor. And so you can get close to it and have something similar, but if you talk to somebody who's really a native, we know the difference. And even within natives, there's arguments over which places are the good ones and which ones, are legit. There's a few variations, but
I'm back to candy. Do you remember bottle caps?
Yeah, I remember bottle caps.
Bottle caps are cool. And Peeps.
Never heard of that.
It's an Easter thing. What about a Mars bar? Do you remember Mars bars?
Oh, Mars bars, yeah.
I forget, were they kind of no one mentioned Three Musketeers.
Yeah, I was thinking about Three Musketeers at one point.
I forget what a Mars bar was. Oh, I loved Milky Way. Milky Way was probably my first, like, really loved. And Bubble Yum, yeah. Milky Way. I loved my brother liked Three Musketeers. I think we kind of covered it. But Mars bar, did that have marshmallow in it? A Mars bar?
And some came later, like Twix was a later thing.
Twix, that was later. Kit Kat was later.
Yeah, Kit Kat was later, right.
Julie, you have every kind of candy, I think.
And Reese's was just plain. It came later when they had the crunchy Reese's, with the little.
Yeah, they have, and now they have all. Do you know that they have brownie M&Ms now?
Oh, wow.
Brownie M&Ms. Mars bars had almonds in them. Okay. Three Musketeers. Bubble Yum. Remember that gum that used to squirt?
Yeah, I do.
Charleston Chews. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you mentioned those.
I think
there's a little variety store here, even in Fairfax, that still has Chuckles, and maybe once a year
I've never had a Chuckle, I don't think.
Oh, wow. There's just 5 little gelatin. One is yellow, red, orange, black, and green.
Well, what about Red Hots? I loved Red Hots. Lisa liked Red Hots too.
What about what were the ones that were the kind of red licorice, but the vines, red vines?
Red vines. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I have a friend who's a dentist in Chicago, River North. And he is how the term in a Trident commercial was always 4 out of 5 dentists
Oh,
prefer.
right.
Well, he was the 5th dentist. And he gives out red vines to his patients.
Wow.
Squirt. Was that gum called Squirt? Was it called Squirt? There was a soda pop. There was a pop called Squirt. See, Ricky, when you come on, things just happen. It's 12:12 right now. It's Halloween.
I'll tell you very short one last little cute story. So my first apartment in North Beach, I'm down in the flats. I live near on Greenwich, near the cable car, and this is I'm in music school. I'm doing a lot of stuff, and so I made my own spooky soundtrack, and I had it set up in such a way. I had these sliding windows at the front of my apartment, and I could stick a speaker on each, hidden from view, and I had a little decoration. And my girlfriend at the time, we dressed up a little bit, and because it's a city, and you got to give some clue that it's safe. We sort of prop the doors open. And I'll never forget, we're standing there waiting, got the spooky music going, and there's a father with 2 little daughters. Maybe they're like 6 and 4. So the 6-year-old kind of comes charging in. She's ready to grab the candy, a little apprehensive, but it's all good. Trick or treat, Merry Christmas, and Happy Halloween, blah, 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 give her the candy. But the 4-year-old is holding back, and I just remember they're still standing outside. I just remember her going, Daddy, I don't want to go into the spooky house.
Aww.
I'm really scared. It was so cute and so sweet. So that was funny. All right, well, I'm going to sign off. Thank you for having me on.
I'm so happy that you jumped on, and hopefully I
will
have
bore everybody with my quest for the perfect pumpkin saga, and it was fun to talk about candy from the old
What
days.
a great story. I love it. Totally a great story. Thank you. I loved every minute of it, and please come back anytime, because I would love for you to come back on when I have the correct Zoom action happening, and
Okay.
and then you have lots of things that you remember when you came on and you showed us all this.
I did a little show and tell.
Yeah,
Sure.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you,
All
Ricky.
right, well, to Jenna's fan club, everybody have a good evening and sleep well. Happy Halloween.
Share the show. Share the show. Tell your friends about it. Tell everybody love and like and all that stuff. Thank you so much.
Okay, ciao, Jenna.
Ciao, Ricky. See you soon. There he goes. There he goes. There he goes. There he goes. My friend. I really love doing this. I'm so glad you're all here tonight. That was super fun. And there's still 13 of you here and 220 comments. Was nice. Yeah. Please share the show. This is a good one. This is a keeper. Clark bars. Yeah, that was one of my first candy bars that I liked. Clark bars and Milky Ways. Same. So if somebody wants to give me a letter real quick, I'll go with C. I'm gonna go with C, 'cause I love candy. Oh, thank you, Ricky. And there you go. Get some water. There you go. Or some candy. There you go. 'Cause I know you've got bags and bags of candy. Julie Luce. Thank you, Patty. Thank you, Bill. Thank you, Elliot. And all of yous. All of you. Happy Halloween, and Mama Grace and April Bruce too. William D and Patty, Claudia too. Everybody, Lisa Mammina, I love you. Mama Grace with the beautiful face, popcorn balls, oh my goodness gracious, my goodness gracious. Share this show and have a good time tonight, and everybody, all right. Have some candy too, and everybody, Elliot and Patrick too, and everybody, Eric and everyone too, everybody, Kitty and Lily and Pearl. I love you. Love hard. Really. Heart. Happy Halloween. See you tomorrow morning.